So we are recording. So let me recap. We're going to be using bands today. And I'm going to say mobility on the band. Again, let me recap. Some of you came on. This is the normal size band length. If it's just a looped band, this one's the extra long. I like the extra long to do what I'm going to do today. However, if you only have a single length band, and right now I can't get my hands on mine because I had grandkids that were playing with them. And they're, who knows where they are. Anyway, we're going to start here. I've got the longer band, but you can just simply tie a knot in a long length. And you can do the same thing that I'm doing right here. Okay, here's my little pillow. For those of you who need a really good spongy pillow, I still have like, I'm going to say 6 or more at school. So I'm barefooted. I'm stepping on my pad, okay? It can be a simple pillow. Pillow. See, if I didn't have this, I could do this. This is excellent to do pretty much every day because, see, the minute I step on the pillow or the pad, what am I doing? I'm propriocepting. If you don't deal with how you propriocept, you're not going to be able to deal with your balance. That's just the way it is. So see here, I put my foot here, and some of you, the minute you step up, have locked your knee. I don't want your knee locked. So you're going to say shoulders down, tummy tight, rib cage up. And when I put full pressure on the foot that's on the pillow, because I'm warming up, I open my toes out. I'm barefooted today. This is Mobility Wednesday. So when I go to lift my foot and I put full pressure on an unstable surface, here's a very important feature to this warm up. Have a chair, have a bar, have a wall, or a counter that you can simply put your hand on so that you don't fall, okay? Because we're warming up. When you start to warm up, you're not fully on board with all of your brain. I'm not even kidding. Or your muscles. They're just not. You've been schlepping around probably in one direction. Okay? We're fixing to go a lot of directions. All right? So when I put my foot up there, slow down. Okay? Some of you get way out here. You know why? Because you have a forward head bent. You have a forward chest bent. So you get way out in front of yourself. So when you're warming up, especially on an unstable surface, that means a non-compromising surface, which is this particular, it's not really a memory foam. It has more spring back than a memory foam. But you could do the same thing on a pillow. See, it'll shift a little bit, but it's going to give you that unstable surface. So every time you put your foot up here, hesitate just for 1,001, one count. And then pull that heel up, okay? What does that 1 second do? Right here, 1,001. I drop my shoulders. I bend my knee, okay? I say rib cage up. Then I bring that back foot up, okay? That 1 little second that I hesitate gets me the opportunity to do what I keep ad nauseum yelling at you guys about. Lining up, alignment. Because we're warming up. You don't have to do huge things to warm up. You have to move, but You have to move in alignment. So see, I have my little band. So see, whenever I pull my foot up in the back, I have a bent knee. See, 1 second right there. I say rib cage up. I don't come on up with full pressure until I'm lined up, because we tend to be in screwy lineups, all right? Because we have that forward head bent. We have that forward leaning bent, okay? And for me, whenever I come on this hip specifically, I tend to, if I'm going too fast, I tend to lean excessively. Why? Because I'm relying on my stronger muscles. That's why you will see me periodically whenever I'm on this leg to put full pressure. You'll see me slip my hand right here, because if I didn't do that, I would be excessively leaning because I'm using my stronger muscles. So I want to have more of a complete warm up, and I want to take this 1 second right there and line myself up. See, I said rib cage up, shoulders down. If I have to, I'll slip my hand right here to keep myself in line without excessively leaning. It's great to see you guys coming on. I can tell you that my challenge for this month, let's just go month to month, week to week, day to day, is I want to slowly do some stair climbing. Okay, if you've got stairs in your house, wherever you live, then you got ready-made leg strengthening. However, see what I'm doing right here? I don't have my hands up here in front of my face. They're right down here. My shoulders are down. My rib cage is up. Knee is soft. And if I start to excessively lean, I'll put my hand here and get myself to straighten up, open my toes. Then I pull that heel. Now, when you pull your heel like this, I want you to eventually, see, I have it in a back position. And when you pull it, you need to pull it, the heel, into your hip enough to actually feel a little bit of a stretch right here. And you will feel that, and you might have to use this, and you can't do this. Okay, that's all right. See, my leg is back. It's in a back position. I'm going to say rib cage up, shoulders down. See, it's right here. Now, when I go like this, don't lean out. I want you to feel this saying, whoa, I didn't realize I was stretching that much to get the heel to the hip. That's what I want you to feel. So it's, in order to do this, you gotta slow down. You can't do all this fast stuff and get into the joints and get the joints and the muscles to work in the ranges they need to work in order to warm you up properly, okay? So the minute I start to feel myself over lean, I put my hand here. I drop my shoulders. I breathe in through the nose. If I can breathe out through the nose, do that too. That's very hard to do and talk. See, my husband used to say, why don't you go breathe through your nose? A lot. This is some funny things. Okay, that I remember. Okay, ready? Ready? Here I am. Here I am. See, I'm going to take that 1 second. Some of y'all are just continuing. Some of you will discount what I'm doing here, slow it back, and really understand a really warm up that's in alignment. And see, this is our Mobility Wednesday. We can do this. So when I go here and I start to overlean, I'm going to straighten myself up, hesitate. My leg is in the back position. Don't lean out. Pull that heel in until you feel that muscle back here. Woo! You can feel it right there, the heel to the hip. And if you pull it too tight, and if you do this too quick, I'm telling you, it's gonna ball up on you. That's not what we want to do. We want to contract it. See, it's in a back position. See? Use this if you need to. Say rib cage up, drop my shoulders, pull the heel to the hip. Avoid the tendency to do this. We're not doing that right now. We're pulling this heel to the hip. We're trying to get these hips, the gluteals, the hamstrings, the quad, all around your knee, through your lower back, warmed up through movement. And you do that by slowing down and pulling into alignment and doing that move, okay? Take a big breath. Now, we're not going to step up on it this time. I'm going to still have my chair here where I can put my hand on it if I need to. Here's my little band. And some of you may say, oh, I don't have a band. Okay, grab a tea towel. That'll be just fine. You can do some of the same things that we're going to do with this band with a tea towel. Okay? Now, if you have any kind of a band and you can make a loop with it, okay, tie it into a knot and make a little loop so that you're kind of in that kind of a distance. See that? So I'm going to come right here. See how I pull my elbows back, drop my shoulders. I'm going to use the back parts of my hands and just push a little pressure. I am not pulling my heel up right now because I have to focus on what I'm doing here. So anybody out there that's been diagnosed with osteoporosis, especially, this is a very good one. You have to be very careful with it, okay? So we're ushering from our warm-up and going on into our movement or mobility Wednesday, okay? So here I am. See that? And again, if I just had a tea towel, I could just hang on to my tea towel and pull against it. That would be perfectly fine, okay? But if you have a little band like this, see my thumbs are just up. See that? I'm stepping. I am not going to pull my leg up. I'm going to sink. I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to pull those elbows back to my hip bones. This is very important. Take a breath through your nose. Exhale, drop your shoulders, pull your tummy in. Now press your hands open against the band. Press it. Take a breath, and you're holding in this kind of a pattern. See this? I'm not pulling my back toe up. I'm pulsing down. Keep your elbows in. It's a mistake to flare your elbows here. You do not want to flare your elbows. You're dropping your shoulders. You're pulsing up and down. You're pulling your hands apart. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and release, and come back, okay? Take a breath, and go just like this. Yeah, it's a transverse move, okay? Just like this. I have my little band, or I could have my tea towel, and I'm doing my little turning motion. So this is really good for your shoulders. I'm staying very low with my shoulders. You see my hands, see that? See, I'm not going up even to where my face is. See, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this, okay? Now, as I do this, I'm going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose if possible, okay? And I'm doing little pulses right now. All right, take a big breath. Now I'm going to put my other foot up, okay? This is our second set. So the behind leg stays on the floor, all right? Drop your shoulders. I'm going to get my little band right here. My thumbs are up. I'm going to pull those elbows into my hip bones. Okie dokie. Do not let your knee go way out over your toe. Don't let it do that, okay? Drop your shoulders again. Tighten in on the belly button. Got it? Rib cage up. And your knee in the front is bent. Now we're going to pulse. See? This involves that ankle, that very important ankle movement. And when you do this lowering, you may not see it. I'll try to turn here in just a second. I am not bringing my heel up, okay? Because I want to get that movement through the ankle. This is one of the best positional frameworks to get ankle involvement. So, shoulders down, rib cage up, tuck in my chin, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. I've got my little band here. My knee is going to bend in the back. It's already bent in the front. It's going to bend. I have my chair here if I need it, okay? But don't bring your heel up in the back. And you're going to feel it, especially if you've turned your ankle a couple of times, or you've had Achilles problems, or you've had plantar fasciitis. You're going to feel that stretch going all the way into your ankle and into your Achilles, okay? Tighten in, take a big breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yes. I keep thinking, anytime I do this move, or a move like this, I think of Bonnie. She has Achilles issues, okay? So see what I'm doing now? I'm pressing out with my hands really hard, but I'm not letting my elbows go away from my hip bones. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep your shoulders down. 5, 4, keep that back knee bent. 3, 2, 1. Back off and back off. Okay? And we're just going to go like this. Little pulses. Turning, turning, turning. So you should have felt some pretty heavy pressure all through your leg, your ankle, your hip. This is a good thing. Okay? Big breaths, breath, breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okie dokie. Now, I'm not quite ready to move away from my little pillow because Mobility Wednesdays are about balance. They're about range of motion, and they're about proprioception. So we've done series of stepping, pulling, right? Our heads have been forward. We've been doing some rotations here and like this, you know, that type of thing. But now, pick whichever leg you want to start with. This time, I want to make sure that you have a chair, a wall, a counter so that you can put your hand on it, okay? Because we're going to kind of push ourselves to get off balance, just a little tiny bit. And for some of us, that's real scary, okay? So here's the deal. I'm on my foot in the front. It's on an unstable pillow, okay? Whatever. And if you don't want to work with a pillow, a disc, just put your foot in front on the floor. That's fine. Everybody's at a different level, okay? But here's the deal. Now, I'm going to go and lift the back heel, okay? It's a full foot on the front, all 4 corners. But I'm going to lift the back heel, and I'm going to do pulses, and I'm going to turn and look as I turn my hands. See this? Okay, I'm not going to go super fast, and you're going to be rocking all over the place. So promise me you've got a chair. Slow back if you get too dizzy while you're doing a toe lift, or a heel lift, I should say, in the back, and you're turning and looking as you rotate your hands like this, and you're pulsing off of that calf. You're doing what's tantamount to a calf pump. And you're going to be rocking and rolling all over the place. You know why? Because you're turning and looking. You're rotating. And you're on an unstable surface. And you're doing a heel lift at the same time. So this is excellent training. If you want to keep dancing and you want to keep doing activities, okay, you need to put some of these little training moves into your back pocket. And I'm trying to talk you through all the little nuances of doing real balance training, okay? So I'm doing this constant heel lifting in the back. I'm turning, looking, turning, looking. I am not bringing my hands up past my chin. It's staying under my chin. And if you do excessive arm raising right now and you've had shoulder issues, this will not help you. You keep your hands down. Do that calf pump, turn, look, say rib cage up, shoulders down, and then bring the hands down. Shake, 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 shake. You should have felt in the front leg that's on the pillow, the unstable surface, you should have felt some work going on, okay? On the other leg, see, I did it with this way. Now I'm going to switch, so go ahead and switch. But on the leg that's on the floor, you're going to really feel that through your calf, your foot, and your ankle. This is one of the moves, one of the, I would say there's probably half a dozen, maybe 6 moves that you need to start really, at least pick 2 or 3 of them if you want to strengthen your feet, okay, without hurting them. And I'm doing it right now. See, I'm lifting my heel. I'm going into the ball of my foot and coming down. Can you do this too much and hurt yourself? Well, of course, you can do that with anything. But we're lining ourselves up. We have our chair here if we need it, so we don't overuse anything, okay, to get us from falling. You start to really strain when you think you're falling. Put your hand on your chair or on a pole or on a door. Preferably the door is shut. Anyway, okay, so now I've switched. I have my foot in the front and the toes are open and I'm on all 4 corners of my foot, okay? Now I'm going to pretend I'm with you, because I guarantee you, if I were standing right with you today, right now, before doing this move, you would be out like this. And I would say, oh, maybe let's just pat you back here. See that? So shoulders are down. Tap yourself right here. Pull yourself back. Bend the back knee a little, okay? Then you're going to bring the heel up, okay? And then you put it down. Then you bend the back knee just a little, and you pull that heel off the ground, okay? So as you're doing that, you're going to be doing our pointing, right? And our rotations, okay? So this is Mobility Wednesdays. The front knee is bent. I'm on all 4 corners of my foot in the front. And I am pulling that heel up repeatedly as I turn. Big breath through the nose, out through the mouth, through the nose, out through the mouth. Bend that knee a slight bit. Pull that heel in the back. Don't dig in with your toes in the front. Yeah, keep it open a flat foot, turn. If it gets too dizzy, stop turning your head and put your hand here, but keep working your back leg. See that? See that? In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Woo! Couple more, we're almost there. Yeah, I said a couple. You know what a couple means. It could be 2 or 20. Anytime I say that, it drives Kathy nuts. Okay, come back. So I can tell you, I can really feel it in this hip. Okay? So this is the not replaced hip. The replaced hip, it's a whole different game, as anybody that has replaced joints will tell you. Okay, so I still have my little pad right here. Okay, and we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna sit, and we're gonna do our sit to stands. However, we're going to stand on the pillow. Okay, this may be a challenge for some of you. As a matter of fact, some of you should, instead of standing on the pillow, you should sit on the pillow. So who should do that? People with wonky hips, people that aren't ready to do a harder sit to stand squat, people that have knee issues maybe, and you just don't want to, it's okay for it, it's just it's going to push you. Okay, so see here, I have the pillow here. Why is that significant? Because I just raised my platform and I've made it unstable. So when I go to stand, see, even though my knees are hip width apart, it's going to be harder. And so I'm telling you that if you are just coming back in January right here, you take this and you sit on it. This is going to be so much better for you to work into a careful sit to stand. So a sit to stand move, when you're not used to it, and or you're worried about an arthritic hip, because you want to move for an arthritic hip. You just don't want to overdo it, okay? So everybody's a little different. And you're going to see those of you who can do both. So here's my little band. I'm going to put my thumbs in here. So I'm going to go sit, then I'm going to go stand, and I'm going to go pull. And I'm going to go pull. So I'm just going to do a quick pull and a pull. Now I'm going to go back. So I went ahead and sat on my platform instead of standing on it. I'm going to do that in just a minute. You can do it if you want harder work. So here I go, wide, up, and it's pull. And when you pull, you want to end up with your thumb under your chin, okay? And you do it the other way. Your thumb is under your chin. Your elbow is in the same plane as your hand. See that? Here I go. Drop my chin, big breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Are you ready? Lean in, press into your feet, up, and we're combining a really good shoulder mobility and pull with a sit to stand, which is typically a strength move, especially when we do it with weights. This can be quite a strength move. If you have 20 pounds weights and you do this move, and we're going to do that. In fact, I've done that on many of the recordings. So on Friday, because I'm not going to be here live, on Friday and Monday, you pick up a Friday, Monday lifting, and I'll guarantee you I probably am going to do versions of the sit to stand, but I'm going to have weights with me. See how I'm doing this? Where's my hand? It's under my chin. My elbow is flared now. See that? I'm going to come back. and I'm going to bend way out and really hang my butt over the cliff, so to speak. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to press on all my foot. My tummy's in, my shoulders are down. And then when I pull, just like I had a bow and arrow, my elbow is in the same plane as my hand and my thumb under my chin. And then I go the other way. Okay? So this is good positive pressure that you can achieve with these little bands. Now, hang your butt out, go back down to a sit. We're going to do 2 more of these. Okay? So here I am. I'm going to go shoulders down, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth as I lift. I'm going to pull. My thumb is right under my chin. My elbow's in the same plane as my hand. And then I pull the other direction. Right under the chin, elbow, chin. Bring it back in. Go back down. 1 more. This is the last one. Anybody that's come into my class for any amount of time, I really want you to, A, know how to line yourself up. Doesn't matter if you're like, I can't get my head back. I want you to be aware of the situation. There's all kinds of stuff that we can do to try to help you to pull that back if you've gotten into a forward head. However, I want you to be able to line yourself up. I want you to be able to get up out of a chair without hurting your knees or your back. And I've raised you by putting a pillow under us, just 1.5 inches, not even 2 inches. But when you come into this kind of a preparedness to stand, you're pushing into your heels now. Drop your shoulders again. Push and then pull. And bring that thumb right under your chin. And then pull. The thumb is under the chin. Take a big deep breath and come back down. Okay. Now, we're going to either use this. Some of you may not choose to use a band the way I'm going to do right now. But I can tell you that if you have hips that you're worried about, whether it's arthritis, whether you've replaced your hip, your legs in general, your back in general. See what I just did? I put that around my feet and I just put it right up here, right above my knees. See that? Now, I could do this very thing with a tea towel. How? I would just take my tea towel and I would bring it around and I would just hold it right here so that I have to push against it while I hold it. So it's very simple to use just a simple tea towel. So if you're not 100% sold on, or you don't have a band, or you can't create a loop by tying a knot and putting it around, and how did I put it around? I was very careful, putting it through one foot, then the other, and bring it back up here, okay? Now I want you to feel that pressure, okay? So you can use a tea towel, or you can just bring your hands just like this and come back in. See this? See this? My feet are not outside of this line, okay? In other words, I'm not doing this. See, I'm lined up, and then when I step in, I'm lined up. I'm going to step out, and I'm lined up. So my knees are not going in or my feet going in independently. I'm moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I don't want you to do is what I used to do all the time. I used to lean back and just take them both out, okay? Yes, I could still do that. However, it puts great pressure through here, and you may not be ready for that, nor if you're an osteoporosis person, you don't want that kind of pressure. You want good, steady pressure, but you don't want to put it at risk, okay? So I'm going to do one at a time. So I'm going to take my hands under my chin, just like this. I'm sitting down. I'm right here, okay? I'm going to open a tiny bit. I'm going to go step out, step out. Then I'm going to go step in, step in. Then I'm going to go up and up, okay? And I'm doing it all against this little band. If I didn't have the band, again, I could do this whole thing with just a tea towel, and I would just hold it here. And I would step out against that pressure, and then in, and then up and up, okay? So why am I doing this whole series? Listen, there are people out there that have had injury to your back, and you may have done physical therapy, and then you did nothing. Okay, you've done a lot of extra stuff through the last couple weeks, especially if you've had family in. Hello, I know exactly. I want to show you something that's restorative, recuperative, putting good, solid pressure, but in a good way through your hips, your core, your back. So I want to push, but I don't want to push it over the edge, okay? So that's why I open, I drop at the shoulders. This is really tight now. See this? Now I'm going to out, and then I'm going to go out. That's a pretty good pull right here. Then I'm going to go in and in, not all the way. And then I'm going to go boom. See that? Right up, right against this. So I'm keeping this open, not real hard, but about shoulder width. See this? Whew. Open here, shoulders down, rib cage up, keep my chin tucked. Whoa, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breath, 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 breath. Now come back up, put your feet down and lean in. Release, okay? So put your feet all together, your knees all together. Don't have pressure. They don't have any pressure here now. And I'm going to turn. See that? I'm going to put my hand on one side or the other. And I'm going to look behind me. And I'm going to grab my chair and I'm going to pull just gently. And I'm going to really look back over my shoulder. While I'm doing that, I'm going to concentrate on breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, and pulling gently to really get my mobility mojo on. Okay, and then I'm going to come right back here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. When you breathe in through your nose and you exhale, both in and out through your nose, you almost can't do it with lifting your shoulders. You have to do diaphragmic. That's why I'm really pushing you to train yourself to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose if you can. Okay, no pressure here. I'm going to turn, put my hand over here. Okay, keep your knees solid. Don't turn them. They'll turn a tiny bit, but not much. Then I'm going to turn. I'm going to hook my hand over here. I'm going to turn. I'm going to push here, right here, and I'm going to pull right here, gently. And I'm going to look over my shoulder. Breath. Drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Breath. Breath. And bring it back. Okay? Now we're ready to stand up. So I'm going to go shoulder width, a little tiny bit of pressure here if you have a band. If you just have a tea towel, or if you don't have either, that's fine too. But if you have just a tea towel, you're just going to have it here. You're going to go into you're going to stand up. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to stand up. Okay, and release the tea towel because that doesn't work here. But I have a band here, so that's pressure. Okay, see that? And bring it in. See that? So when you step out, here's what I want you to be cognizant of. When you're standing in this position, you're a little bit of a hip hinge. Your shoulders should be down. Your rib cage up. Chin tucked. Got it? Little tiny hip hinge. Engage the core. You're going to step out and back in. When you step out, many of you are going to want to turn your toe. Don't do that. Why am I doing this? I'm trying to give gentle but very positive pressure to your adductors and abductors. This is the out and in mechanisms in your legs. And when you step out and in like this repeatedly or at all, you're working your adductors, abductors, okay? Abductors, adductors here, abductors here. You're taking it out, you're bringing it in. It's a very important move. You notice I'm keeping one leg stationary. See that? And when you're stepping out, don't step so wide that you have to throw yourself in order to get your leg in. I want the leg to come in with just your muscle pulling it, okay? So that means this leg has to be just a little bit bent. I'm very tight. My shoulders are down. Pay attention, because I can tell you if you were doing this and I was standing right in front of you, I'd be watching your little toes. I'd be watching your foot, because you do not want to turn that toe out. You almost want to turn it in, if anything, almost to the instep. I mean, into your midline, okay? So I'm just stepping out and stepping in. So as a mobility exercise, wow, this is an essential, okay? I've just added a little bit of a band to you because it's a give and a go. Okay, so now I'm ready to do the other leg, all right? Now, before I do that, I'm just going to take and I'm going to do a little transverse work. See? Because your back extensors have to do a lot of work in order to get your adductors and abductors in your legs working and to hold you stationary and not have you fall over on your nose, okay? So once you've done that, now I'm going to go to this leg. So what am I going to do? I'm going to line myself up first. I'm going to go in through the nose, out through the mouth, drop my shoulders, say rib cage up, okay? Squeeze your butt just a tiny bit, all right? I'm right here, and I'm going to step out. See that? So I'm going to step out. Now, if you want to keep the foot fluid, meaning not connected, okay? I could say closed chain, open chain, but, you know, why complicate things? If you want to turn this into a much more challenging move, then just don't put that foot down, okay? Go out to the side and have minimal contact. So you want to keep your toe onto the pointed to the instep, into your midline. See how I'm going out with my heel? See that? So now this step out motion gets extremely challenging. See, this is a step out. See, I don't turn my toe. It's almost turned in, if anything. See that? Tight, tight. Yeah? But if you want to make it challenging, then you're stationary here, and this is fluid. See this? I'm reaching out with my heel leading first. Now this gets extremely challenging. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you can do 3 sets of 10. That would be fine. Or turn back and go to our original move, which is just hinge open and back, okay? But if you go and challenge yourself to a fluid motion without putting your toe down, whoa, it's going to get you, which is good. It's okay, but you may not want to do that hard. All right. Okay, so we've gone out and back, out and back, out and back. Now we still have this on us, right? It's right above my knee, right? So I've created this. You can buy these. They're like $10 each or something. Or if you have those stretchy bands, just tie a knot in it. And now I'm going to go forward and back. See how I'm stepping? So what am I doing? I'm doing a farmer's carry because I'm going forward and back. Only my pressure I've added by putting this band just above my knees. Okay? So you want to step just a little more than what a normal step would be. Or just do a normal step. So you just do a normal step and you've got this and it needs to stay right around the knee. Okay? It gets quite hard if you go below the knee, which you can do. Okay, but it's a whole different activity. Okay? So it's a step, step, step. So if you want to improve your gait, if you want to improve your balance, if you want to improve your mobility, I challenge you to put this little band around your little legs pretty much every day and just walk around your house. Just walk around your house. Make sure you're lined up properly. Shoulders are down. Stomach is tight. Rib cage is up. Make sure you're moving forward and then go side to side. See, I can keep moving. I don't have to stay in one place. Then I go back. But when I step, and if you take this challenge, I would say for this month, or let's just say for the next week, put your little band on and go walking around the house doing your tasks. Okay? You will notice the strength gains that you hadn't previously known. If you will just do this, see? Just put it above the knees, just walk around, do whatever you're going to do. Make sure you do some side to side motion. See? Side to side, side to side. Step a little wider than normal, a little wider than normal. Step, step, step. No, you don't have to do this thing barefooted. You can do it with shoes on. But take the challenge. I'm gonna do it because I'm doing everything I can to try to keep osteoporosis at bay. I don't have such good genetics for that. So this kind of a gentle pull is excellent to strengthen the hip, the back, but I implore you, line yourself up properly. Okay, see how I'm walking in? It's just a little tug, and I'm trying to keep you engaged in this for a little bit because we're going to take it off here in just a minute, and you're going to be shocked at how different it feels, even with this little tiny bit of a pull, and I'm walking against it, and then make sure you go side to side, okay? And so I'm trying to keep you engaged in this from 3 to 5 minutes is what I'm trying to do. Those of you who are counting, which Kathy generally is, you know how many of those you've done? Yeah, well, kind of. Okay, one more pass. Stay connected, stay connected, stay connected. One more time, side, 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 and then forward and back. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, sit down, take it off. See, just like that, just take it right off. Now stand up and walk around. Just stand up and walk around your chair. That's hard to believe that that little bit of a band pull would be that different. in how hard you work walking around. It's just unreal. Okay, so let's finish this one up, and then we're going to do some back extensor moves. Okay, so here's my little pillow right here in front of my chair. I want to show you how simple it is to make a move like standing up and sitting down a little harder. So what have I done? I've lowered my hips now this distance, which is not even 2 inches. It's just under 2 inches. So I'm going to use my hands back here. Okay. I've got my feet shoulder width apart. And as you lean in and you go to put pressure, you want to put pressure through your heels mostly. Okay, so I'm going to lean in and I'm going to lift, and then I'm going to come back down. Okay, big breath, shoulders down. So we're going to go, and we're going to go all the way up this time. So I just wanted you to get a feel for it. Now, when you stand up, I want you to press into the toes, soften your knees, and squeeze your butt. Then you come back. Now you're going to go to the heels. So you're doing all that proprioceptive, and you're going to drop that extra almost 2 inches down. Okay? That's a lot more effort, and you can probably feel it. This is called Mobility Wednesday for a reason. I'm trying to put you in different scenarios that require you to find your balance, okay? And when you even work with 2 inches that you sit down either up raised, will make it easier, but you take that out of there, this is going to be much harder. Use your hands back here. Don't do that funny little rocking thing to get yourself up. No, I want you to use your muscles. So you're going to lean in, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. As you stand up, squeeze. Okay, here we go. Back down. Try to come down, down, down. Try not to drop in there. Try to hang on to it with your muscles. Are you ready? In through the nose. Get ready. Go in forward. Don't do that little funny rocking thing. This is muscles. Okay, lean in through the nose, out through the mouth, and up. And if it's difficult for you, here is your go-to modification. Put your hands here. Now, if you're almost there, don't put your hands here. Reach out, okay? That will help overbalance you so that you will come on up. But if you need to, because of that 2 inches that we've dropped down, use your hands back here. Drop your shoulders, tighten your tummy. In through the mouth, go to the heels, come up, no problem, squeeze. Go back down, 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 down. Don't just let it go. Don't just drop. Hang on to your control. So right here, reach out if you need to, or do a combination. Reach out and a tiny touch right there. That will help you use your muscles a little more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just 2 more here. Ready? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Reach out, or reach out and one little tiny push, and you're in your heels. You're in your heels. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hang on to it as you come down. Now we're going to hold this one before we go sit down. Breath. Now, don't just sit down on this one. Push into your heels. Go down. Really drop your butt. Drop your butt, drop your butt, drop your butt, and then go down. Okay? That's a challenge. Try to do 10 of those. Pretty much every day this week. Okay? Just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Say, I'm going to do that little challenge. And you're going to walk around with that band, right? If you even do it 5 minutes, God bless you. But if you can walk it around for 10, 20 minutes, it will make you think about how you're lining up, if nothing else. Okay, here we go. I am going to go into my shoulder blades, okay? So anybody out there that has osteoporosis, if you have arthritis, this one's for you. Don't avoid these. You might have to take more breaks. That's okay. But you've got to load. All right, so my pad is here on my chair. I can press my heels of my hand down. Okay, I'm going to step away and I'm going to push into my heels. So push into your heels, and then you're going to bend the elbows and pull your shoulder blades together and then come back. It's a very small movement. However, you're putting your whole body load in through the shoulders. It's very important that you keep your shoulders down. Keep your chin tucked, tight tummy. My heels are down, it's stretching. Now I'm going to let the chest go through the center where my hands are, my arms, and then I'm going to open at the shoulder blades. So here I'm going to go close my shoulder blades, then open the shoulder blades. Close the shoulder blades, open the shoulder blades. Pull your belly button in, close the shoulder blades, squeeze them in, then open them. You keep your elbows pretty much the same, okay? You keep a little softness in your elbows. Keep your chin tucked. As you close your shoulder blades, then you open them. Just two more. Just stay with me. Two more. Here we go. Breath. Woo! You should be feeling that stretch in your calves if your heels are down. Now bring one leg up. Big breath. So one leg is right here at the chair. My heel is down in the back. Okay? I'm going to take one hand and just reach it right out there and just really go through my lats, right through here. So I'm going to really pull. As I reach my hand out over my chair back, my heel is down. Then I'm going to come back. Then I'm going to go back into my plank. Take a big deep breath. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Shoulder blades open. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Shoulder blades open. Keep your heels down. Now bring the other leg up. Okay? One knee is touching the chair. One heel is down in the back. Whole foot is on the floor. Elbows are soft. Drop your shoulders. Pull your tummy in. And I'm going to reach with the other hand out over the chair back. And I'm really reaching hard while I keep my heel down and back. Okay, keep your chin tucked, elbows soft, breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really reach. Almost there, bring them back. Now you're ready to do that hang 10. See, I'm going to bring my hips forward, drop my shoulders, and just hang there. Take a big deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring that hip up, step in, and do Marilyn's favorite, the pendulum. The split stance pendulum. And if you want to make this a balance challenge, which you may not want to right now, all you have to do is turn your head. Turn your head. And then switch. Turn your head. Breath. Breath. And breath. Shake out. Mobility Wednesday. Whoa, we got on the band today. So this is the one I'm going to say, get on the band. Okay, everybody? Woo!